investors and publishing. Lyric takes a 25% stake. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford is closing in on some special territory in NFL history. Stafford leads the NFL with 37 touchdown passes. If he gets to 40 and avoids throwing an interception over the Rams' final 3 games, he will become only the 3rd quarterback in NFL history with 40 or more touchdown passes and 5 or fewer interceptions. At the moment, Stafford has 5 interceptions. The 2 quarterbacks in the 40 and 5 club are Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson. Stafford also has thrown 2 touchdown passes or more in 8 straight games. That streak will be tested Thursday night at Seattle. Snoop Dogg has agreed to perform at halftime of the Minnesota Vikings-Detroit Lions game on Christmas Day in Minneapolis. The Long Beach native is calling it Snoop's Holiday Halftime Party. The game will be shown only on Netflix, 1:30 kickoff Pacific time. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This holiday season, KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you and yours joy, peace, and prosperity. As we celebrate with family and friends, we're already looking forward to an exciting first quarter, packed with must-attend events to kick off the new year just right. In January, join us for our inaugural Brotherhood Brunch, bringing together community leaders, change makers, and everyday people for inspiration and connection. February means it's time for our signature Black History Month luncheon, a powerful celebration you won't want to miss. And in March, Women's History Month, we're once again hosting our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium and Luncheon, addressing the issues that matter most inside our community. From all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, happy holidays. Stay tuned for more details on these incredible upcoming events. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice, your community, your power.
This is culturally inappropriate.
You run from the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy, you buy in sections. You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery's fueling your aggression. Jealousy's turned into obsession. Reality TV is mud wrestling. Some sign checks I know better than. Beware of my name that there's delicate. You know I know where you're delicate. Crush you to pieces, I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. You think it'd be valor amongst veterans. I'm watching your fame escape relevance. We all in a room, but here's the elephant. You chasing a feature out of your element. And those lab diamonds under inspection. The question marks block your blessings. It's no tombstones in the desert. I know by now you get the message.
KBLA Talk 1580. That's a good question, Miles. What song sums up your year? Is there one? This is a Think Tank Thursday. I have declared, like I was some kind of authority, which I ain't, I've declared caller amnesty, which means you can call in even if you already called this week, just asking that you keep it succinct, 800-920-1580. The Think Tank Thursday question that I posed was, what do you want to leave in 2025 and what would you like to bring forward into 2026 that we learned, that we won, that we saw this year? So I've asked that question, but you're welcome to call in about anything else that's on your mind at 800-920-1580. And Miles asked me, what song summarizes my year? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. And I'm assuming, Miles, that you want it to be a 2025 song, not one of my oldies. I noticed you picked the Clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's album of the year, even though I ain't rocking with Pharrell too hard right now. But, yeah, that's album of the year for sure.
Did you see Pharrell's response to the critique of him saying he doesn't do politics? You know, he gave a speech, and it was passionate. He was saying he came from the mud and that, you know, what his comments were taken out of context.
Right.
I don't know how convincing that was. But anyway, I appreciated him addressing it. I appreciated him sharing his own struggle, you know, but also, you know, some of it has to do with the moves you make politically. So when you say you hate politics, but then everyone's going to look at, well, what have you supported? What have you been on board with? And if it doesn't match the speech, then that's a problem.
Yeah, he went right over there to the Israeli Defense Force and was rocking with them. So, yeah, no. I mean, you know, I can get what you're saying. I understand that. We all could find a sob story in our life, of course. But, yeah, what do your moves say? So, no, you don't get a pass for none of that for real. Great music. Cool, you know, Louis stuff maybe, I guess, but nah.
Yeah, Louis stuff if you can afford it.
Them Timberland boots he's selling for like 80 bands?
Wow. Yeah, I don't, you know, I mean, I look because I think it's another expression of our creativity, and I'm here for that. But those are prices that, you know, I just, yeah, I'll find Dapper Dan. Oh, wait, he's over there with the real designers now, the so-called real designers. Anyway, I think it's a fair question, and I'm going to have to give it some thought because there were so many great albums and songs this year. And yet the ones that I play and, you know, sing at the top of my lungs when I'm mad and stuff, some of them are not from this year. So I'm going to have to think about it. Clips should be a good theme song for me because it's an appreciation of people that have been on the mic for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm looking for in 2026. I'll be looking for my Clips moment.
Wouldn't it be a bounce back? You never fell down like that.
I didn't fall down, but I don't, you know, and I guess probably every person that's pioneering, that's been on, you know, doing whatever they're doing for a long time. I'm not looking for fame. I rather get fortune, but I just think for some of us who have opened doors for other people, it just feels like you don't get the credit, or maybe you don't get, for me, I don't care as much about the credit as the check that we, you know, the other people who came along later and sort of were able to benefit from the work you put in did get. I'm not a hater because I think my blessings have my name on them and everyone's blessings have their name on them, which is why I'll never be bitter. I've been blessed to do what I love to do for so many years, but I wouldn't mind a Clips moment where they go, man, that girl is dope. She's been doing this before everybody had a podcast and before everybody decided they were a broadcaster and before there were any females on the mic. I mean, just the fact that this is the first time a black woman has done morning drives in commercial talk radio in LA tells you everything you need to know about some of the obstacles that I've been blessed to overcome. So I'll take that Clips moment. I am not complaining though, even though I am an ingrate. Thomas always says if he complained, he'd be an ingrate. I do complain, so that's why I say, yes, I can be an ingrate. But I just feel like very blessed, and I'm so it's not a complaint. So Amnesty is on. You can call 800-920-1580 if you want to share what you want to keep in 2020 from 2025, what you want to leave behind, your theme song for the year, or something else that's on your mind. 800-920-1580. That's the number. You know that. You can also weigh in on YouTube. KBLA 1580 is our address, handle, whatever. On YouTube, we're streaming there right now. Prester John says he wants a counterfeit outfit from Dapper Dan, not the legit Gucci releases. I mean, that's what I was saying, but isn't Dapper Dan now working for them?
I'm not sure, but I mean,
I do
think you could find probably most of the stuff on Crenshaw if you go look for it to find somebody to make it for you.
Yeah, true. You don't have to go all the way. You can just go to What do they call the Slauson swap meet now? It has a different name. Slauson Super Mall, it's called. But it's still the Slauson swap meet. Anyway, yeah. 800-920-1580. Meanwhile, lots of crazy things are happening as per usual. The president gave a speech last night where he basically said, this was aired on the networks, where he basically said, the economy's fine, you're doing great, and if you're not doing great, it's Joe Biden's fault. This is my summary. You're doing great, and if you're not doing great, it's Joe Biden's fault, and also you're going to be doing great next year. He included this check that he claims he's sending out for $1,776 that's meant to go to the troops. Now, I don't know if that is because he thinks there's a possibility of a coup where the government could be overthrown. Like maybe he's peeping out, what's going on in Benin and other places, and he thinks, well, my popularity is way down, so maybe at least I need to keep the military on my side, because the troops have generally sided with the president, have generally voted Trump, which is amazing to me because he got out of military service due to having bone spurs. He has disrespected people like John McCain, Senator John McCain, saying, I like people who don't get captured. He has disparaged Gold Star families whose loved ones have been killed in combat, and yet the troops, I think it's kind of like rappers and justice impacted people. They're buying the image. They're buying the image from, TV, The Apprentice. They're buying the image, the Playboy, bad bees and gold potties image. And so I think they're buying the bad hombre image, because if we're looking at what he has or has not done for troops, you would not be supporting him. Anyway, he is doing that, trying to bribe people to keep the support of the troops. And I think I think the speech is not going to help, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. I don't think it's going to help, because when you tell me that I'm doing fine and my check buys fewer and fewer groceries, it doesn't make, I don't believe you. My wallet is making you a liar. Let's go to Big Phil calling us from LA. Good morning, Big Phil.
Good morning. Devil don't sleep. 2026 around the corner. My year, financing, good health. Let me say one thing. I'll move very quickly. I like rap to a certain extent. I love mild rap, Chance the Rapper. But Snoop Dogg needs to go sit down somewhere. I'm telling you. I'm serious. He has no game. He never talk about game prevention. He's always wanted to see it on TV. He needs to be like Master P. Okay, that stuff he's talking about, you need to go in the trash can. Okay. But I love you guys. I got to go. God bless.
Interesting. It's funny you would say that. I wonder if, and he has to go. So bye, Big Phil. Thank you for calling. I wonder if Snoop, I saw it on Instagram, but I wonder if Snoop is taking damage because of that performance for Trump. I saw it on Instagram. I know he lost a lot of followers, and Snoop was one of the faces that launched that entire app. I know he remains incredibly popular. He's got this halftime show on Christmas Day. He's still going to be doing his Olympic thing. I don't know, but for me, I wonder if these moves make people lose popularity. I know some, like Chrisette Michele, paid a huge price, right, for supporting Republicans. She really almost lost her career. But I feel like Snoop is kind of carrying on. Do you think he's paid a price for that?
I think, yeah, in some ways. But I think I think Snoop transcended just the people you got to care about to kind of know and kind of like a character, you know what I mean? Like an Elmo type character would be, you know what I mean? Or Scooby-Doo.
Whoa, Elmo.
Mickey Mouse, you know what I'm saying? We love those types of characters. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's kind of what the persona that Snoop is kind of embodied. Now, I don't know if you can take that how big of a hit is going to credit that is going to hurt Mickey Mouse's credibility. You're still going to have Disneyland. You're still going to have Disney Channel. So, I mean, I don't know how much those hits are going to matter.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, if you are a larger than life, almost like a cartoon character, do people have the same accountability for you? And that could apply to Donald Trump too, because like I just said, I believe one of the reasons he gets the kind of support he has gotten from the hip hop community, aside from the fact that people may want pardons for their brothers or boyfriends or husbands or whatever, is that people see him almost like a Scarface. To me, he's like a Tony Montana. I'll say hello to my little friend. It's like, it's not a real thing. It's like a fictional character. And I think The Apprentice and all of that sort of Playboy Epstein swag works to his. That's gross. Epstein swag is gross. But I think it actually works to his favor rather than his disfavor, and adds to the Teflon of it all. 800-920-1580. That's the number Big Phil called. I invite you to do the same. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
I got the champagne. Everybody's glass.
KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates our own Keith Underwood, host of the weekend entertainment show Black in the Green Room, on his recent honor at the annual National Arts and Entertainment Journalism Awards. Keith received a first place award presented by the Los Angeles Press Club for his entertainment reporting, and we couldn't be prouder. Congratulations, Keith, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Celebrate good times. Come on! KBLA Talk 1580 congratulates Malik Books on celebrating 35 years in business.
It's a celebration.
Malik Books proudly houses one of the largest African American and diverse children's books in the nation. This is the perfect time to pick up holiday reads, meaningful gifts, and to support literacy in our community. For 35 years, Malik Books has stood strong in the Black Book Revolution, uplifting stories that heal, inspire, and transform, one reader at a time. Change your thoughts, change your life. Books are the gift that keeps giving. From all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, congratulations to Malik Books on 35 years of culture, pride, and community.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Things we are leaving behind in 2025, things we're taking with us into 2026. One of the things I want to take with us is the courage that I have witnessed. People speaking out, people being bold in the face of extreme repression, the kind of stripping away of our rights that I haven't really seen in my lifetime. And yet people keep marching, they keep speaking out, they keep calling stuff out on socials. That courage I do want to bring into 2026. Let's go to Kwamel calling us from Gardena. Good morning, Kwamel.
Hello there. I am definitely on a tip that there needs to be zero Trumpian, especially Hexethian energy of moves.
Hexethian is hilarious.
Yeah, no, Keg's breath. He himself needs to be totally thrown off the boat, and Trump himself hopefully is thrown off the boat, or himself just kind of just croaks and just off the boat. And it's something that we're starting to openly wish that now. So I think that momentum needs to stay. I think I'm not a Democrat, but the Democrat fight needs to stay. The Democrat hurt needs to go. Leave that behind. People are too leaned up in that. But hip hop, though, yes, can that energy please keep going? And not these goofy bird rap boys that like Trump, but I'm talking about the kind where the De La Soul albums, the Nas and Primo albums, Larry June, 2 Chainz, Alchemist albums, that comes, and even Snoop was on like a real dope cut with Method Man and Master Killer. I love that tune. Razzcast came back. I want to see the youngsters kind of get up in there with some good sonic energy too, and hopefully the return of dances. I want to see this for the new year. Just some really dope dance energy out there. Bring back the athleticism, bring back the joy. Bring back the fight, the activism, the street knowledge. I'm here with mine. We're gonna be doing a thing at Black Lantern Books this Sunday, 2 to 4.
Nice.
And I got my building cipher, and we get into the street knowledge. We get into the street knowledge, like, yo, bring that back. Don't lean into dumb propaganda. And lastly,
okay,
go ahead.
Well, I had a question for you. Can hip hop save Black history? Can hip hop save Black Lives Matter? Can hip hop save the fight against anti-blackness? And will it?
If it cares. If it turns to a bunch of podcast bros, that are basically bootlickers.
Oh, you're on one today, Kwame.
No. But it's putting the thread together. It's threading everything together. We're putting the whole puzzle together. So if it's a bunch of bootlickers who just want the bag, which Snoop started looking like. Where it was like he never met a commercial he didn't like. Ice-T and Shaq kind of be on that same tip. I'm all for them getting their bread, but it's like, yo, what are y'all doing, man? Like, you're trying to sell depend undergarments. I know you're getting up that age, but stop, bruh.
Oh,
that's not hip hoppy. That's not hippity hoppity energy. That's just dudes trying to be like a different kind of hustler because they can't go out being D-boys anymore. Yes, but I do need hip hop to recapture that street knowledge spirit, that activist spirit. It's too much thinking like, oh, that ain't cool, but run around with Democrat hurt all day. Okay, you want us to think like that, so you have no smoke for obvious dictators. People that obviously want you dead. Come on now, bro.
Kwamel, you say you're not a Dem. You're not a Republican though, right? Are you a declined to state?
I'm NPP. I'm NPP, but
no party
I'm very much
got you. Yeah, no party preference.
Yes. But I'm very much progressive, and I just want to keep seeing progressive development, like development of progressive minds, progressive ideas and policies. I think I might have lost the thread, but basically, I just want that return to that PE, that brand Nubian, and not on the rap, not just on the rap tip or the sound tip, but on that street knowledge and that activism tip. Like, let's get back to that.
Yeah.
On that note, I thank you for your time, my friend.
Thank you. Good to hear from you as always, Kwamel. We're going to go to Lynette calling us from LA. Good morning, Queen.
Good morning, Queen. Thanks for taking my call. Reparations in memory of our ancestors, and we know the struggle continues, but always to God be the glory. You know, I was thinking about what you said, and I'm diddling what you said about what we're going to take, what we're going to leave. But I really like the moves that the AU and the EU is making lately. And if you didn't hear about the EU, they said that they are not going to be doing no business with Trump and Putin about this peace deal. You ain't going to be grifting on this one, making some billions. And that we're going to give Ukraine the $300 billion out of our pockets. We're going to make sure that they do what they need to do with it. And if you keep on messing with us, we going to sell your U.S. bonds, okay? Them is war fighting words right there, okay? Because, you know, Bush and them, they said, you know, back there when what was Saddam Hussein was talking about, well, we're going to take the dollar off the oil stand or something. We're going to take the dollar off the oil standard or something like that.
Well, yeah,
and that's
what they're talking about is not making the dollar no longer be the currency of the world, you know, which would be a problem for the United States. It would be a big problem for us, for our credit and all kinds of other things. But we're moving in that direction. The world is moving in that direction.
But listen, see, the world, they real hip on this stuff. They ain't drinking the Kool-Aid, just like the AU. The AU got together those the African countries. They said, hey, run us our check, our reparations. It's just that simple. You know, so I'm liking that. I'm liking the 7 million, along with the 7 million protesters that got out there, along with Congressman Al Green, who got just about all the Democrats to go with the impeachment on last week. You know, because in the summer, the Democrats, they wasn't doing nothing about it. They voted to keep Trump in, you know, they wanted to do that. So praise the Lord for that. And then I'm liking just the fact that we are able to do what we are doing here, the grassroots, like Black Lives Matter, Reparations United, and everybody doing what they doing to make this thing happen and bring us back from this amoral what they say, bent that Trump has got us in, you know, because really the rest of the world has been laughing at us, and they think we're a bunch of morons. And, yeah, we need to come to Jesus, okay? The whole world needs to come to Jesus, but this is making us look real bad around the world.
Well,
Trump is
but to be fair, Lynette,
then he's going to talk about Reiner. He's going to talk about Reiner. What leader ever does something like that? If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
But to be fair, Lynette, it's partly because the mainstream media refuses to report on the work of 52 chapters of Black Lives Matter grassroots, of all of the different reparations organizations, of which there are dozens in the in the country, of which, you know what I mean, they're not reporting on. Actually, my bonus daughter sent me this terrible footage of what's going on in Washington. You know, the flooding, the global warming is taking out people's homes and entire communities. They're not reporting on that and our pushback to it. They're not reporting on the No Kings marches or the black people marching in our communities and the turn-ups and the call-outs and all of these reparations commissions that are being stood up. Like, to your point, Lynette, a lot of good things are happening. Let's take all of that into 2026, whether it's being reported on or not, except for Washington. But I don't know how we stop, like, the climate emergency. We just have to keep talking about it. The climate emergency is here right now. But all of these things are happening, and they're not getting reported on. And that's one of the reasons why the world might be laughing at us, because most of us don't support the madness that's going on in the White House, even if it is kind of funny. Lynette called me at 800-920-1580. I invite you to do the same. Caller Amnesty is on after news, traffic, and sports on KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump says more open jobs are going to Americans, not migrants, under his administration.
Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens.
In a White House address, he blasted Joe Biden for letting illegal immigrants take opportunities and claimed reverse migration is rising for the first time in decades. Maryland lawmakers have overridden Black Governor Wes Moore's veto to create a reparations commission. The panel will study compensation for slavery and racial discrimination, a move the Legislative Black Caucus calls the state's first step toward reparations. And The Weeknd has struck a groundbreaking deal with Lyric Capital Group, raising $1 billion for his music assets while keeping ownership of his masters and publishing. Lyric takes a 25% stake. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford is closing in on some special territory in NFL history. Stafford leads the NFL with 37 touchdown passes. If he gets to 40 and avoids throwing an interception over the Rams' final 3 games, he will become only the 3rd quarterback in NFL history with 40 or more touchdown passes and 5 or fewer interceptions. At the moment, Stafford has 5 interceptions. The 2 quarterbacks in the 40 and 5 club are Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson. Stafford also has thrown 2 touchdown passes or more in 8 straight games. That streak will be tested Thursday night at Seattle. Snoop Dogg has agreed to perform at halftime of the Minnesota Vikings-Detroit Lions game on Christmas Day in Minneapolis. The Long Beach native is calling it Snoop's Holiday Halftime Party. The game will be shown only on Netflix, 1:30 kickoff Pacific time. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Nugget Bills, nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this.
Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
You are, and like I said, I invite you in right now at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. If you want to say something, it is true. Someone was pointing out that the hip-hop world has moved away from consciousness, but as I've watched the cycles over the years, these things go in waves. You know, we have more activism in hip-hop and then less. We got more party vibes and then we got more whatever the new thing is, you know. So I'm not super alarmed by that. Somebody put it so well in the chat, and unfortunately I can't scroll up to see who it is, but the statement was that hip hop needs to love justice and black people and community more than it loves capitalism. And I do think the drift toward capitalism has been strong because there's more and more money in the game. That kind of money wasn't even there when rap started, when hip hop started. But now it is there. So now it's a choice, and we know the corporations would rather you promote drinking and, you know, drugs, sex, mindlessness, self-destruction. But we've always had that. It's just, do we have choices? And what is being platformed? What is being promoted? I don't know. I was going to say radio, but other than talk, radio doesn't have the clout that it used to, because now everybody streams and does whatever they do. In fact, I was reading about how now, that was you, super busy. Okay, yeah, that was a great point in the KBLA chat on YouTube in the comments. I was reading about how there's so many podcasts now. Literally, these companies can put out 3,000 podcasts in one day using AI. So they're not using actual broadcasters or talkers or anything. They're just using AI, and so now the podcast zone is being flooded. I saw the article and I thought, well, I wonder if this means that people are going to stop getting podcasts because the zone will be totally flooded. It's already pretty flooded. I mean, when the former First Lady has a podcast, you know it's out of control. But I'm just wondering how all of these AI podcasts are going to impact, if at all, because I think they're pretty generic and not that fun to listen to. I don't know. Maybe they'll get better and better. Maybe, I'm sure they will get better and better. I mean, Miles, you're the AI expert, AI user in this building. Do you see the AI podcast pushing the real ones out? And I do call them real because I think humans are meant to be talking to humans. Is it going to push people out of the game?
I don't think so. I think it'll deter the people who it's meant to deter. But I think there's always going to be a level of authenticity that we kind of crave. I'm sure that like the machines and the big corporations will push them on us a little more. You'll see more advertisements for them. You'll see them more in your face. You'll be forced to listen to them more. But I think we'll always kind of seek the real authenticity, though. It's going to be scary, though, when we can't really tell the difference and we're just accepting what we hear and don't even question it, though.
Right, and I wonder if some people can tell now. I mean...
Tell now, yeah.
Yeah, you can, but you can spot AI in a second that other people don't spot. I mean, I'm constantly amazed that I can tell the obvious AI, but sometimes, I have to check. I have to go in the comments and see if somebody said AI because it's getting more convincing. Anyway, we'll see. It's like anything. I remember when everybody got a camera on their phone and all of a sudden that actually did lead to the demise of my production company. But it was really more of a pivot than a demise. I just stopped editing video and focused more on my own broadcast and MC and writing work. But it did render the business model unworkable because everyone felt they were a producer, everyone can edit, everyone has a camera, and they think that they can do it. So it became unworkable.
But they learned real quick that there's a difference between them doing it and somebody who actually knows what they're doing it.
Did they?
I think so, yeah. I guarantee you they work from that time shows the difference between what you were producing versus what they were producing.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. But I always think there's opportunity in these crazy moments too.
Sure.
When something gets flooded or something gets burnt out or something new is coming in, it's always a time when if you really use your creative mind, you can find an opportunity in that.
And I always say that I think that we just counter it. If you don't believe it, if you don't like it, it's your chance to counter it and put the soul and the spirit and the consciousness right on top into that zone, right. Man. If they're going to flood AI slop podcasts, why we not have people out here flooding it with, info podcasts, with infographics, with game from the people who taught us, from the great, master teachers of our time.
I'm pretty sure that what we're not going to hear on AI podcasts is a lot of political content. Speaking of opportunity.
That's not going to be pushed to you, but I guarantee you it's going to be made, though.
Some conservative content, I don't know. I don't see a lot of progressive podcasts being generated by AI. I guess I could be wrong, but I don't see it.
You listen to it if it came across your desk?
I'll check it out just to see what they're doing. Would I listen to it regularly? Probably not. I like people.
Okay.
I like humans. I'm not that girl that's going to marry her AI avatar or be chatting because in my mind, I know that's not a real soul. That's just a construct. It's just an algorithm. It's just a chat bot.
The black box.
I liked R2D2, but would I have a play date with him, her, it? No. That's not. I need soul in my entities.
What do you want to get out? What are we looking to get out of AI?
Anti-robot discrimination, efficiency, capacity, things that AI can do that we can't, like sorting massive data sets in seconds. Those are the things, and I'm sure there's more that I haven't, because I've barely started exploring it. I'm sure there's more, but it's really more, to me, it looks like it should be more about efficiency and capacity than creativity and soul. Yeah, that's what I think. So we're going to have a great Friedman Friday tomorrow because we have got to talk about what happened in Maryland, where just like our guest last week on Friedman Friday said, the governor's veto was overridden. And actually, maybe that was the week before. That was Dave on Love who said that they were really feeling like they were going to be able to overturn Governor Westmore's veto on reparations, and they did it. They absolutely did it. And that means that Maryland will go ahead and create a commission to study potential reparations for slavery, Jim Crow, subsequent harms, just like California did. And this is a big, huge deal. A veto override around reparations. Of course, I get Maryland is a very blackety-black state. In fact, this veto override kind of made me think maybe I should move there. I mean, I wish we could have overridden a couple of the governor's vetoes this year, and certainly more than that the year before. But they were able to do it, and the governor said he wasn't thrilled about that, but he says he will cooperate, that he will cooperate with the task force initiative. So he also says he's not planning to run for president in 2028, but I don't buy that. I really feel like that's why him and Newsom and others have distanced themselves from reparations and sort of backpedaled away from a commitment that they had. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see, to unbox that a little bit more and look at what it really means for Maryland and for the reparations movement as a whole. It's absolutely one that has continued to grow, even despite the fact that we have this administration which is anti-everything black, anti-DEI, anti-self-help, anti-repair, anti-anything that helps black people. And yet local, state, county measures continue to move forward. The Trump administration has said now that Ethiopians who are in the country who have legal or TPS protected status, temporary protected status, will no longer have that status. They've given them 60 days to get out of town or be arrested or deported. So again, the Haitians, we saw that with the Haitians. Now we're seeing it with the Ethiopians. I don't think anyone is surprised. The targeting of African countries. If you are surprised, you're not paying attention. That clearly the immigrants, so-called immigrants, migrants, refugees that are not welcome here are the darker hued ones. And so that looks like it's about 5,000 Ethiopians that are refugees here that have that TPS status. Some of them escaped from war in Tigray and Oromia and other places. But they say that if they are deported or detained, they will never be allowed to come back, which is crazy, crazy work. The Oscars are moving to YouTube. That's wild. The Oscars, for me, is one of the more mainstream and staid American traditions of TV. They used to get about 40 million viewers. Last year, they were back up to 19, but still they're struggling relative to what they have been used to doing. And so now the whole thing's going to be on YouTube, and they're leaving. It starts in 2029. I guess next year it will still be, next year and the year after, it will still be on ABC. But this has been 50 years on ABC, so this is a giant culture sea change. And you will not be seeing it on network anymore. If you want to see the Oscars starting in 2029, you will have to go to YouTube. And they're saying it's free. I don't know how long that's going to stay, to the point where you'll have to get YouTube TV. You'll have to get that to be able to see the Oscars. Right now, they're claiming that they're going to stream it free. And they're saying that they feel they'll be able to reach a much bigger international audience. It's not too late to call me on this Amnesty Think Tank Thursday. What are we bringing with us into 2026? What are we leaving behind in 2025? And what's your theme song for the year that was? All of those are on the table, but certainly you're invited to talk about anything that is on your mind. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
Looking for a purposeful and passionate way to make a difference in your community? Volunteer with our Senior Medicare Patrol and help prevent Medicare fraud. SMP volunteers work in their community educating peers about healthcare fraud and how to prevent and detect it. Free training starts soon. Check us out online or at an SMP open house near you. We're on a mission to stop fraud. Join our team. You make a difference. Visit caspvolunteer.org.
In California, all workers have rights, no matter their immigration status. If you or a family member were detained by federal immigration authorities and did not receive your final paycheck, contact the Labor Commissioner's office. You can file a claim even if you left California or the U.S. Call 833-526-4636 from the U.S. or outside the country 001-833-526-4636. Document wage theft and report it to the Labor Commissioner's office.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty, and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
It's a great time to call me at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. I am truly looking forward to reuniting with some of my African-focused trailblazers next hour, and you're invited into the conversation as we talk all things motherland. A nice little palate cleanser for your Think Tank Thursday. So I asked you, what do you want to keep from 2025 and what do you want to leave behind? I want to leave behind the outsized influence of celebrities. I think it is waning, but I would like to see it go all the way goodbye. Bye. People that don't know jack about things, telling us what to vote, what to think, what to buy. We can leave that in 2025. I want to leave BBLs in 2025.
Yes.
I think we could leave those in 2025.
Hell yeah. Come on, Dominique.
More squats, less BBLs.
Yeah.
I want to leave behind the irrational support of the president. If you have an actual, fully well-researched and supported reason to go MAGA, okay, all right. If I'm Nicki Minaj and I'm trying to get my brother or my lover pardoned, and at least there's some logic there. But the irrational support of the president, I think we could leave that in 2025. I would like to leave the super giant lashes in 2025. I've been known to wear my lashes from time to time. I like a little enhancement. But the really big ones that look like
butterfly wings,
kind of more like fur than actual lashes, like they're so thick. I think we could leave those in 2025. And I want to leave advice videos. I feel like we're all burnt out on advice. What you need to do, even if that sounds salty, huh? But even if they're well-meaning, it's just I'm kind of burnt out on it. I think because of the internets and everybody's giving you advice all the time, it's like, if I want advice right now, I'm going to go to an expert, not you. I'm not talking to you personally, Miles, but I would like you to share your experiences, tell me a funny story, but all of the advice, no. I'm good.
Solid list. I like that.
Huh?
I like that.
You like the list?
I like the list. Eyelashes, BBLs, advice, and
celebrity influence.
Okay. Yeah.
Celebrity influence.
That's a solid one. I think we should leave those as well. I think we definitely got to leave this man versus woman topic.
Oh yeah, the battle of the sexes.
Let's leave that off. So let's leave that in. We'll look back at that when Facebook and Instagram give us like the reminder of where you were 7 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that manosphere, whatever you call the female version of it, which I didn't know existed, but it does. That has to go.
Let's leave that. Let's leave. I don't know. I was about to be salty and say like the TikTok dance craze. I don't see that dying off. We always gonna come up with our own dance.
Yeah,
moves.
to be honest with you, I mean, I can see, because you probably spend more time on TikTok than I do. I still find it charming because it's like, something that doesn't harm people that they're doing for fun. It's kind of wholesome to me. I don't know.
Okay.
But I can see, I probably haven't gotten sick of it yet. I want to bring with us into 2026 internet humor. I think one of the things I love about the internet, even Twitter, is that people are funny.
Yeah. I love it too. Cause I always said that once we use this internet comedy for good and not evil, it's an amazing thing. Once we come together and make it happen.
People are hilarious. And that's one of the things that renews my faith in mankind. Because to me, humor is also a sign of intelligence, right? So, yes, let's bring all the jokes, all the humor, even the stupid jokes. Let's bring all of that into 2026.
Bring love in the music back, like actual love songs. You know what I mean? Cut out the sex songs, cut out the WAP songs. You know what I mean? Let's bring in more love, like actual love between human beings.
Yes, I'm here for that. Well, we've got a Stevie Wonder album dropping in 2026, so that should have some love. But when I saw Terrace Martin, when was the night before last? He was so good. Oh my gosh! If you could go, it's at this restaurant called Verse. He's doing a residency there. Wow. Anyway, he played this really nice love song. I can't remember what it was called, but he said he found it in his phone. He was looking for some stuff for his taxes, and he found a song that he had written, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. And it was just the most beautiful love song. And he said he can't write them like that anymore because it sounded like too many problems, like tax problems and that kind of stuff, that's taking over the writing instead of the love.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Either go look in your phone again and find some more love songs, or maybe we need to be intentional about focusing on love.
Sure, for sure. And I think, being intentional and being places that will curate that love and, that inspiration out of us. I think we need to bring more community into 2026. I think we've done a great job as people getting back to, finding our tribe, finding our joy back outside, finding that community. I think that more community options, more healthy, more sober living options are what we're going to need in 2026.
I was trying to go to that Christmas on Slauson yesterday that they did for the marathon. Yeah, but I didn't, I couldn't get myself to get out the house. And then today is the TDE Christmas at the Nickerson Gardens if you're in LA. It's let me tell you, I went last year. That line is long. They're probably already lined up because doors open at 10. That line was blocks and blocks long. It was a great show, and it's beautiful. And then tomorrow they do their give back, the toy giveaway and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'm always here for community. And I said courage. I definitely want to keep the courage I've seen in 2025 and build on that. But I also I want to leave the advice videos behind, but let's keep the smart videos because there are some creators that are doing short historical videos and breaking down policies and breaking down speeches that politicians say that are really smart and very helpful. I think we need to keep those.
Yeah. Let's. I think that's gonna require us, probably train our own algorithm though, and stop depending on the likes and the follows to make us see who's important and who's telling the truth. Let's actually, because like you said, we have some great doctors, great lawyers, great teachers, great scholars, great community leaders, great philosophers that are making great content. It just may not be getting the looks that it may get for somebody who's got a little bit more of a social media platform. So a lot more of that, please.
Yeah, the smart videos, and there's a lot of them. I mean, I learned things. Some of my doom scrolling is time wasting, but some of it I'm actually learning stuff and following up on stuff. So yes to all of that. We're talking Africa. That's one thing we're definitely taking into 2026 is our trips to the motherland. And we're going to talk all things motherland, but also do a little bit of reminiscing. And I'm glad, Miles, that you were there too, so you can be in on that conversation. 800-920-1580. Of course, we're streaming. Don't forget to follow me. I'm at Diprima Radio, DIPRIMA, and then radio. So even when we're off for the holidays, we can tap in on social media. The radio station is at KBLA 1580, KBLA 1580 on every platform. Please like, follow, subscribe, talk smack. All of that is good. And don't forget, I even have a YouTube channel. I've been uploading stuff lately now that I learned how to do it. So you never know what might pop up. I know one thing that we're bringing into 2026 is content and conversation, because as usual, we have a lot to talk about. News, traffic, and sports, then more. I'm Dominique DePrima. That's Miles Lowe, and this is KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump says more open jobs are going to Americans, not migrants, under his administration.
Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens.
In a White House address, he blasted Joe Biden for letting illegal immigrants take opportunities and claimed reverse migration is rising for the first time in decades. Maryland lawmakers have overridden Black Governor Wes Moore's